Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. You can tell by the title of this video, you know what's coming up. But just quickly before we start, I placed an order on Friday night. And basically because somebody told me what keg you're going to see now was out. I didn't realise it was out because I wasn't, I knew it was coming soon, but I didn't really know when. And I didn't worry about it too much. So basically I've had 3 kegs delivered today. One in the box over there is Orchard Cider, which I've already reviewed, and 2 new ones. Now the new one is one that's in the machine now that I'm going to review, and you know what it is because, like I said, you've seen the title of this video. So we've got Brewdog's Elvis juice coming in at 6.5%. That's a new keg. That was only just released, so we're going to get that reviewed. But there was also another keg that was released a week or 2 ago, and I wanted to get the other one of it, but that was out of stock, and I had a couple of beers when I put this order in. I just thought, fuck it, go for it, Baz, you know what it is. So yeah, the other new keg that I got that will be coming up for review sometime is from Quack, Pavel Quack, and it's their blonde. This is coming in at 7.4%. I do apologise. Yeah, £38.90, but I got all the discounts on it. Like I said, I was hoping that the Rouge was in, but it wasn't. So I got the cider. Had a couple of drinks, said bollocks to it. So you know what it is. You know what it's like. Anyway, let's get back to what we come here to do. Like I said, we've got Brewdog's Elvis juice in the Perfect Draft Pro. It is set at 5 degrees as it happens because that is the recommended temp. But at the moment it's only down to 6. So I don't give a shit. We are going to review it. This keg coming at £41.90. Now I know there's been a bit of uproar from a few people that the keg's too expensive and I'm not paying this, that and the other. You know, these prices have been like this for a while now. I think we all need to get used to it. But it's neither here nor there. If you don't want to pay it, you don't pay it. If you do, you do, you do. So I've ordered a keg, mostly for a review, and it would be nice to try it anyway. It's been a while since I've had it. Like I say, 6 litre keg, 6.5%, £41.90. In that £41.90 is a £5 keg deposit, and I got it with the 15% discount. So off that £41.90, I think it works out at about £6.50 off, so £11.50 off. It's coming in about just over 30 quid. About 30 quid it's coming in at this keg. And if you consider the cans generally are about, depending where you buy them, obviously. Let's forget all the fancy offers you can pick up. £1.80, £2 a can, something like that. 18 cans to a keg. That's coming in at about 36 quid-ish. 33 to 36 quid, shall we say? Something like that. So the keg is still coming in cheaper. It's still coming in cheaper, so it's still coming in better value, and you are getting draft quality. Right, so we've got all that out of the way. I don't have an Elvis juice glass. I don't even know if they do an Elvis juice glass, but we have got the Brewdog Punk IPA glass. Now, what I did do, and it's sitting in the kitchen, I think, or sitting on the side. It's sitting somewhere. Oh, there it is. It's over there. I poured the first couple of little bits out, so hopefully we're not going to get a massive head when I pour this. Could still happen, but we'll take a chance. So, let's get over there, give the old Perfect Draft a pour, see what we get out of the old Brewdog Punk IPA, and then crack on with a review. So, come with me. So here we go. Like I said, I give it a 2-second pour. We got the dregs just sitting over there. Pint glass, set at 5 degrees, currently at 6. So let's give her a whirl. Yeah, I know it's going to sound noisy. You're all going to say it sounds really bloody noisy, that. The camera is about 18 inches away, 2 foot away. So you will get a bit more noise. There we go. So we're back, beer in a glass. No waiting, no adjusting or nothing. I will quickly say, I think my first ever sort of craft beer, if you like, was Elvis juice. I know I bought like a couple of mystery boxes from Beer Hawk before and sat and drunk them at home, but I did actually go to a pub with a mate and I tried getting him on it. And I remember us both thinking, oh, the one he had, he couldn't stand, it was awful. And I wasn't so keen on the Elvis juice. Must have been before I started getting into the stuff. Because afterwards I didn't mind it. Anyway, Jesus Christ, we've gone round the houses, haven't we? It's like a bus tour, this is. So beer in a glass, even the bloody camera's getting bored and wants to go off. Beer in a glass, very little carbonation going up. It's amber in colour. I think there's a little bit of chill haze. I don't think that's, you know, let's face it, it's Brewdog now. They're pretty much mainstream, aren't they? So we're not really going to necessarily get the old school Brewdog that we would probably like to see. Amber in colour, low carbonation. It's down to about a finger ahead now. It was probably a finger and a half, 2 fingers ahead. But it looks all right. So head seems to be sticking where it is now at the moment. So let's give her a swirl. Dive in on the nose and see what we get. Malty. A little bit of sweet maltiness in there. A little bit of grapefruit, but if I'm totally honest, I'm not getting much off it. I will admit I've had a couple of Messinas beforehand. I've just had a chicken tikka with chips. I have swirled my mouth out, trying to clear the old mouth, so hopefully the tastings won't thingy, but maybe that's affecting a little bit on the nose. But malty, a little bit of sort of sweetness in that aroma, a little bit of bitterness in that aroma, a little bit of grapefruit maybe. Nothing overly offensive, but nothing amazing. So let's give old Brewdog's Elvis juice a try. Cheers. Right. To start, lovely body. I have to say that big burst, I've poured a little bit out over there, couple of seconds just to take that burst off. So this hasn't got that massive creamy head, although there is a creamy head on it, but it's not massive. Body on this beer is decent. I like it. Decent body on it. Minimal carbonation. Very, very smooth in my opinion. Nice and soft and all, to be honest. Taste-wise, again with the nose, big malty presence, big sort of malty backbone. For me, let's keep going, and then if I'm going to find faults, we'll come in with them after. Big malty backbone, quite not overly sweet, but it's got a sweetness to it. Then the bitterness starts kicking in as your palate adjusts. The grapefruit for me is quite minimal. Now, from what I remember of this beer, now maybe my taste has changed and my palate's changed. I will get a can and do a review of the two. I think the recipe has changed. Now, I'm not going to say it's changed in a totally bad way, because in all fairness, this is drinkable, it's nice, but for me it's lost that. I remember Elvis juice being pretty hoppy, having a big sort of hoppy presence, I would say, or yeah, reasonably big hoppy presence, but it was full on grapefruit. It was bang in your face grapefruit, bang in your face bitterness. For me, it's lost a bit of that hoppiness. See, I don't recall it being so malty. So it seems to be more malt than hop now. It seems to be more sweet than bitter. And that grapefruit has been toned down big time. Now, probably the original one, I don't know how much sort of grapefruit was, if it was from the hops or whether it was from adjuncts. But for me, with me saying it doesn't seem so hoppy and it doesn't seem so grapefruity, I wonder if something's changed in there. But the more I drink, although you still get that sweet front to it, the bitterness is building up. The grapefruit is still a little bit on the lower side to what I remember it being like. 6.5%. Again, I was going to say it's nowhere. But what I am going to say is you start getting an inkling of it the more you drink. And that's because the bitterness is kicking in more. The bitterness is starting to take over. The palate is adjusting. So you do get an inkling of a little bit of strength there, but there's no sort of feel of any burn or overpowering sort of alcohol in there. It's very drinkable. I've got to admit that is as smooth as silk. It really is going down really nice. And although I maybe don't think it is the original Elvis juice, you still get a reminder that it is Elvis juice. And I don't think it's bad. There's nothing nasty in there. It is pretty enjoyable, really. It's almost sessionable, apart from maybe the ABV. But for me, yeah, Brewdog's Elvis juice on the perfect draft, I like it. I like it. Is it worth it? Well, look at it this way. £41.90. 18 cans of this. All right, if you get 4 for £6. That's 24. Let's say 24 cans. No, what's it? 16 cans. If you can get 4 for £6, 24 cans. No, 16 cans are coming in at £24. So you're looking about £27 if you buy cans, and that's when you get it on offer from the supermarket, 4 for £6. So that is your ultimate best. Personally, but I will do a comparison, this is much better than the can. Certainly that first mouthful, the body in that, worlds apart. I really mean that. But is it worth it? Personally, yes. Ignore the £41.90. All right, if you're paying £41.90 for that, there's a big difference in price. Don't get me wrong, but there's a world of difference. Remembering your £41.90, that's going to bring it down to £36.90 if you get no discounts. So again, there's still about a tenner difference, but you are getting draft stuff. So that kind of sort of softens the blow a bit. But if you're buying this and you're getting the 15% off, there is absolutely no way you would go and buy cans, because even at coming in at about £30, this is still streets ahead. Yeah, it might be £3 more. That £3 over that many fucking drinks, you may as well fuck it off, and you really. So yeah, for me, let's crack on, because I'm starting to ramble on now. Yeah, Brewdog's Elvis juice on the Perfect Draft Pro at coming in at 6.5%. is a winner for me. I actually quite enjoy it. Is it as good as it used to be? I'm not sure it is, but it is an enjoyable drink. I do think this is worth the money if you make the most of your discounts. So that's it for this beer review. By the time you see this, maybe you've had it, maybe you haven't. Let me know what you think of, of the Perfect Draft Pro one or the Perfect Draft one. Feel free to comment, feel free to subscribe. Thank you all for watching. Shut up, Baz, and I'll see you again soon on another beer review. Cheers.